Something is wrong with reality.
Pause the middle of the road, man. Whoever the is controlling him.
People are morphing. Objects are defying physics. And time itself is freezing.
Why are none of these fish swimming? What's going on?
These moments aren't fiction, and once you see these glitches, you'll never trust what's real again.
It's moving around.
Oh my god! Dude, what the
I got chili bumps.
A strange incident in a Yokohama, Japan shop left a shopkeeper baffled after witnessing a cat behaving in a bizarre, almost unreal manner. The cat appeared to be walking, yet wasn't moving forward, almost as if it were stuck on an invisible treadmill. The scene was caught on video, and moments later, a passerby approached the cat, causing it to snap out of the odd behavior and walk normally. However, as soon as the man left, the cat resumed its peculiar, glitch-like movements. The unusual moment has sparked debate online, with some suggesting the cat was simply enjoying the slippery floor, while others jokingly believe it was caught in a glitch in the Matrix. Riding invisible bike. A morning jogger, after coming across this unbelievable sight, filmed it on camera, where a woman seemed to be riding an invisible bicycle. By the body posture of the woman, it is certainly convincing that this was real and nothing made up, especially since the only thing that's visible on the bicycle is the seat. Carrier carried away. What began as a patriotic military display quickly turned into something out of a sci-fi film. A massive aircraft carrier, making its way past a crowd of onlookers, suddenly lifted off the ground and began floating high in the sky. Suspended at a sharp tilt, the colossal vessel hovered above the stunned crowd, leaving many fearing it could crash at any moment. Fighter jets appeared to have either fallen off or taken flight just before the bizarre event unfolded. Emergency responders and rescuers quickly gathered at the scene, unsure whether they were witnessing a disaster in the making or something beyond explanation. Disappearing flock. While enjoying a day at the beach and casually recording the scenery, a visitor captured something that quickly took a strange turn. A flock of over a dozen birds, flying together in clear view, suddenly vanished mid-flight, completely disappearing from the frame without a trace. The bizarre moment left viewers stunned, with many calling it a possible glitch in the Matrix. The only scientific explanation offered was the possibility of an optical illusion, or perhaps the birds blending into the sky through some form of natural camouflage. Skywalker. A resident walking down the streets of Valencia, Spain, noticed this being who was somehow walking high in the sky. Considering how large it looked despite being high in the sky, left him convinced that it must be gigantic up close. The nature of the walker, whether it could be a human or not, was unknown, just as it is unclear how it was walking in the clouds without gravity acting towards it. Could it be another optical illusion? Or perhaps just another typical glitch of the Matrix? Paranormal or defied reality?
It's moving around.
Oh my god!
Two siblings were cleaning up after dinner when something very bizarre started to happen. For some reason, this fork remained within the mixer bowl despite being tilted enough for it to fall. Initially, they come up with a paranormal entity being the forefront reason for it. However, this notion was challenged by viewers asking why a spirit or ghost would randomly just balance a fork. This further drew in theories with respect to this being a defiance of reality.
Dude, what the
I got chili bumps.
Uncontrolled eye glitch.
Ich weiß. Donald Trump. Genau.
This footage shows Carolyn Kubikas, a well-known German comedian and TV personality, during a moment on a show where she appeared to glitch a stutter mid-sentence, while her eyes suddenly twitched unusually.
Bitte nicht drauf rein. Wenn ihr wissen wollt.
To some viewers, the odd moment sparked wild speculation, with conspiracy theories suggesting that she might not be entirely human, but rather a reptilian being disguised in human form. Of course, most see it as just a strange coincidence or a simple on-air hiccup. But the internet loves a mystery. Paused pedestrian.
On AFK. Whoever the was controlling him?
A homeowner was casually looking out of his bedroom window when he spotted something strange. A man walking down the street had suddenly frozen in place, as if time had stopped just for him. While other people in cars moved normally around him, the man stood completely still in an awkward pose, as if he had stopped mid-step. It was hard to tell if he was doing it on purpose or if something was wrong, but the unusual scene left everyone nearby puzzled and curious.
What the
How many people just don't give
What is he doing?
Mid-air vehicle.
This car literally just drove up this, I don't even know what happened. I think the wind took it.
A powerful storm in West Suffield, Connecticut, brought traffic to a halt when a car was spotted inexplicably standing upright on its back wheels in the middle of the road. The unusual scene, captured by a couple from a nearby vehicle, showed the car suspended in place as heavy rain and strong winds lashed the area. The bizarre sight quickly went viral on social media as part of the severe weather battering Connecticut. In a nearby neighborhood in Plymouth, the storm also uprooted a large tree that narrowly missed hitting a home, adding to the widespread damage across the state.
This is what's happening right now. In Suffield, on Mountain Road.
Car tearing tree. A puzzling video has surfaced online showing what appears to be an impossible sight. A perfectly intact car parked on a street with a fully grown tree piercing straight through its driver's seat and out the roof. The tree, complete with thick branches and lush green leaves, looks like it's been growing for years, yet the car shows no signs of damage or decay. The strange part? There's no clear way to tell whether the car was placed around the tree, or if the tree somehow grew straight through the vehicle. With no logical explanation in sight, some are calling it a real-life glitch in the Matrix. Levitating box. Either this is a case of defiance of gravity, or there is a perpetrator here who's responsible for it. Homeowners reviewed their security camera footage after finding a box full of cat food on the floor and were surprised by what they saw. The box gets taken up from the table and is taken a few steps away before dropping onto the ground. At a point, they finally concluded that this could have been paranormal activity. Laughing frenzy. A woman who was spending time with her friend suddenly, amid their interaction, froze. After this happened a couple of times, she recorded it on her camera. It's unclear as to what could be the cause of this, if not something like eventually triggered hypnosis, or even a pause of the time and/or reality. A woman freezes in the middle of laughing. Suspended in air.
That's freaking weird, man.
Isn't it?
Yeah, like there's someone else taking a picture.
A strange incident near L.A. Matheson Secondary School left onlookers baffled when a bird was spotted seemingly frozen in midair, completely motionless. The bird remained suspended for several hours without flapping its wings or showing any signs of movement.
It's just so weird because it should be moving.
Yeah, I don't see any,
drawing a crowd and sparking widespread curiosity as video of the event quickly went viral. Before an animal rescue team could arrive to investigate, the bird mysteriously vanished. The unusual sight, with the bird appearing to defy gravity, led many to speculate that it could have been a glitch in reality or an unexplained natural phenomenon.
That's a dead bird, and it's just floating in the air. No strings, no nothing.
Frozen stare.
Artists are going to be joining Bruno Mars during the halftime show, so I'm excited to hear about that.
A sight of intense staring was caught by a news camera, where this guy, who for reasons unknown, was staring at the camera or the cameraman as if he'd never seen it before. Another similar clip of journalist Al Roker, who paused in one of the most awkward manners, or least claimed to have been.
I couldn't pay attention because Al Roker just kind of froze like that. He stood completely still with that look on his face for 17 seconds.
hovering airliner. A TikTok video that went viral appears to show a plane mysteriously frozen in midair above a bridge, filmed by a passenger from another aircraft. The incident reportedly occurred near Dallas in March 2018. The observer noticed the plane, which seemed to be inbound for landing, remained completely still for several minutes, despite it being broad daylight and visible. The strange sight led many online to speculate about a possible glitch in reality. However, more logical explanations include an optical illusion caused by matched airspeeds, camera angles, or atmospheric conditions. The video continues to fascinate viewers. What do you think caused this bizarre moment? Share your opinions in the comments below. Levitate cars. In an undisclosed location in China, a strange and unexplained event was caught on camera. As a silver SUV and a white sedan were passing through an intersection, both vehicles suddenly began to lift off the ground, as if pulled upward by a strong magnetic force. A car just ahead slowed down, seemingly in shock at what was happening behind it. The moment looked almost unreal, and no one has come forward with more information about what happened. With no clear explanation or eyewitness accounts, the incident remains a complete mystery. Paranormal pub. CCTV footage from the Blue House pub in Hendon, Sunderland, captured the eerie moment a full pint of beer appeared to tip over on its own at the bar. Landlady Darla Anderson, 23, was stunned by the unexplained incident, which occurred with no one nearby. Darla recalled that her aunt, who ran the pub 20 years ago, had always claimed it was haunted. Just days before, a visiting spiritualist claimed to sense a presence in the pub and suggested the spirit might be unhappy with Darla brushing away liquid in the cellar. With only a few people present at the time, staff and customers have been left puzzled by the mysterious event.
That is very odd. Oh my god.
Time glitching cat. This wasn't a toy or a statue. It was a real, living cat that appeared to freeze completely mid-action. In a viral TikTok clip shared by a homeowner, the cat can be seen motionless, paused in the exact moment it was about to drink from a running tap. It stayed perfectly still, almost like time had stopped just for it. Then, just moments later, the cat suddenly snapped back to life and moved as if nothing strange had happened. The eerie pause left viewers wondering if this was a momentary glitch in the Matrix or something science has yet to explain.
What the fuck? Yo, you good?
Glitching NPCs. Non-player characters, or NPCs, aren't just part of video games sometimes. Real life can feel eerily similar. In Paris, a biker waiting for a friend noticed a strange pattern among several pedestrians. As people walked past an empty building, many would glance at it, then suddenly approach and stand completely still, staring inside. They remained frozen for a few seconds before snapping out of the trance-like state and continuing on their way, as if nothing had happened. The bizarre, synchronized behavior left the biker and later viewers of the footage wondering whether this was just a coincidence or something far stranger playing out in plain sight. Walking over surface water. In a baffling scene captured in India, an unidentified individual appeared to be calmly walking across the surface of a body of water, leaving onlookers stunned. What made the moment even more mysterious was the complete lack of splashes or resistance, no signs of slowed movement, ripples, or disturbance that would suggest shallow water. The person moved with ease, as if gliding above the surface rather than through it. Whether it was an illusion, a trick of perspective, or something truly unexplainable, the footage has left viewers questioning the limits of gravity and reality itself. Extending limbs.
Getting ready to hit it all the way down the court with Michael going, maybe? Yep. There it is.
During a recent basketball game, a fan recorded a strange and unsettling incident as one player sprinted down the court under intense pressure. His arms appeared to stretch far beyond what's physically possible, extending to an unnatural length as he moved to score. The bizarre moment, caught clearly on camera, quickly spread online, leaving viewers puzzled and speculating whether it was a visual glitch, a trick of perspective, or something far more mysterious. Selfie loop. These days, snapping selfies has become second nature to most people, but this situation was anything but ordinary. While riding the bus, a passenger noticed a peculiar woman obsessively caught in a bizarre loop. She would take a selfie, examine the result on her phone, and immediately take another, repeating the cycle without pause. It was as if she were trapped in a never-ending ritual, disconnected from everything around her. Unless someone intervened, or her phone battery finally gave out, there seemed to be no end in sight. Glitching aquarium.
They're literally what's going on?
At first glance, these fish look like props, until a closer look proves otherwise. While visiting Ripley's Aquarium in Canada, a guest was stunned to see dozens of fish suddenly stop moving altogether, remaining perfectly still and suspended in the water.
Why are none of these fish swimming?
Curious and unsettled, she began filming the surreal moment. The footage quickly went viral, leaving viewers puzzled. A local marine biologist later explained that fish can freeze in place for various reasons, such as resting, stress, overcrowding, or poor water quality. However, since Ripley's Aquarium is known for maintaining strict environmental standards, the exact cause of the phenomenon remains a mystery.
Why are they standing still?
Are fish real?
What is going on?
The feeding magic. A wildlife photographer who was filming a mother bird feeding. The mother bird was feeding its young at such a rapid pace that it left the recorder wondering if he was stuck in some loop. In the manner that it would fetch the next particle of food was so perfectly executed that it seemed more like a magic trick. Passing through gate bars.
Okay, wait right there, baby. Daddy's gonna be right back, okay? And now this... How?
Escaping through a baby gate is no easy feat, but for this infant, it seemed effortless. While recording a sweet moment with his child, a parent was stunned to capture something truly bizarre. The baby calmly slipped through the narrow bars of the gate as if they weren't even there.
And now this... How?
The space between the bars appeared far too tight for anyone, let alone a baby, to pass through. Yet the child moved with ease and confidence, suggesting this wasn't their first escape. The strange moment left viewers questioning what they had just witnessed, and how the little one managed the impossible. Headless passenger. A group of friends who were waiting at the train station where one of them spotted something bizarre. They noticed a large person, seemingly a woman, who seemed to be standing stationary, making exactly no movement. What made it even more bizarre was that this person didn't seem to have a head. From being a usually giant woman to missing a head and remaining perfectly still, the vibe of it is what turned into a concern of safety risk for them.
Guys, makikm-JS tayo, guys!
Robot player.
Look at my nigga Jalen Rose. Tell me that ain't that's robot or some shit. That ain't no human being.
A basketball fan captured puzzling footage of Jalen Rose, a basketball player, standing idly while being processed. Initially, the fan thought that he was being prepared, but the expression and body language gave the impression that he was a robot, or at least that this was a double.
Bro, look at this shit. This nigga a robot too, man. They got my nigga. That's my nigga. He from my city.
Elongated limbs. A CCTV camera of a young woman who had a companion caught a surprising secret. The man who got up in the middle of the night could be seen reaching for a bottle of water that was much further than arm's length. However, he managed to elongate his arm to reach the bottle, as if it were something a normal person would do. Moments later, he can be seen returning to bed and extending his hand to reach the other side of the bed, just below the woman's feet. Frozen in parking lot.
I've seen a lot of TikToks with like glitches in the Matrix, but this gotta be top dog for me.
This seemed like either a glitching NPC or a woman mysteriously frozen, whether by choice or not. In Los Angeles, a few convenience store workers noticed a strange sight. A woman standing completely still in the middle of the parking lot, as if caught mid-step. She appeared to be frozen in motion, unmoving for nearly a full minute.
Wait, she's not moving at all.
That's what I'm saying. What is going on here?
As other people in the lot began to take notice, she suddenly continued walking, as if nothing unusual had happened at all, while everyone around her was super confused.
What is she looking at?
What is she doing?
Unexpectedly halted. Perhaps Professor Charles Xavier was nearby, freezing time for someone important, because what happened in Troutbeck, a village in England's Lake District, was downright eerie. A family staying at a holiday cottage noticed something strange. Hundreds of sheep standing completely still in a nearby field, not moving for hours. The sight left them baffled. Some thought the animals might be sensing danger, while others joked that they looked hypnotized. After footage of the bizarre scene went viral online, a local shepherd chimed in, suggesting the odd behavior was likely due to a sudden change in the weather. Still, many remained unconvinced, as the motionless flock looked more like something out of a sci-fi movie than a countryside mystery. Hypnotized control.
Taking hypnotism out of the realm of the occult and introduce it as a new science.
This video footage that was mysteriously leaked on the dark web shows a moment with Bill Clinton, who seemed to be out of his self-control. The source further added that Bill was under a mind control experience, which the CIA had been working on for ages. The experiment left him unable to think or question to reasoning, and he could only do what he was told to do.
And introduce it as a new science for the benefit of mankind.
Driverless bike. A video that was shared by a user on Reddit showed a man who was sitting on the passenger seat of a bike that was being driven perfectly without any visible driver. At first, the recorder thought that this could be some stunt pulled by this lone man, if not improvised. Aside from that, it could also be a coincidence that the motorcycle remained in line and didn't fall off. Traversing electric bolt. After a sudden imbalance of voltage, residents got to see a large bolt of electricity that was passing back and forth through the electric cables. Although usually the voltage issues end up with the explosion of the transformer. In this case, it created a safety concern, and everyone had to clear out. Changing colors.
We promise to protect our environment. We're getting it done.
A curious video from 2020 featuring then-Chancellor Rishi Sunak sparked intrigue after viewers noticed his briefcase mysteriously changing color. Captured after a budget meeting, the footage shows the briefcase initially appearing bright green, only to shift to a dark brown shade within seconds, seemingly without any external cause.
On its promise to make Britain carbon neutral by 2050. Instead, environmentalists say there were some eye-catching measures.
The smooth and sudden transition has led to speculation, with some suggesting it might be part of a theatrical stunt. while others believe the briefcase could be made with a special material or coating that reacts to light, temperature, or a hidden timer. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.